I wanted to ask for both of you, which were the most emotional or difficult episodes to record?
Oh, sure. I mean, for me, some of the hardest stuff is the ADR, which is all the fight sequences afterwards, because it's hard to sound like you're falling down a cliff if you're not. And of course, you're also completely in awe because we don't see any of the animation while we're recording. We're just alone with scripts and each other if we're lucky. And so when you get to the point where you're actually seeing an animated scene, it's incredibly distracting because you just sort of, as a fan, are like, oh, that's so cool. And then you have to sort of focus in and try to match, the mouth flaps, as they call it in the business, very professional sounding mouth flaps. So that is the hardest for me. The acting of the scenes, even the difficult and emotional ones, the writing is so beautiful and so great. And the fellow actors that you get to work with, and Nickelodeon does try to get everyone to record together so they're playing off each other. That part's the easy part for me. How about you, buddy?
Well, the most emotional I can remember, so Mako, the original Uncle Iroh, he passed away during the show. And it was at a very interesting time because And I've known him since I was 12. He's played my uncle or my father throughout my life. And so I was close to him in that way. And then he passed away. And it was odd. We came back in the studio, and it was when he was in the prison. And I'm talking to Uncle Iroh, and Mako's passed away. And he's also has no lines. So as Zuko, I'm talking to him, and there's no lines, and he's not there. And then the next episode, we come back, and the new actor, Greg Baldwin, who's wonderful and an amazing guy who filled his shoes, he was in another studio. We're all in this big studio, and there's a separate studio at Nickelodeon, a solo booth, and he's there. We can't see them. The rest of the cast is here, and then I start talking to Uncle Iroh, and then he starts speaking, and it's like Mako's voice is coming from the grave, and it's like the whole cast and the directors in the booth was like, we all just start crying. It was so emotional and such a wild moment. It was like Mako's spirit was back in the room.